Hello, ladies and gents. Today I have a video that will get me a lot of hate. Let's just get into it. We have elemental powers. Now, I know Rich My Mind did something like this, but I want to do it because people have been asking me what elements I think are strong, and I really want to express it. So first up, we have... I'm going to go ahead and go with Ash. Now, B is average, and Ash's power is a bit of a C, because he basically can just teleport. The problem is, if he teleports, there's a lot of smoke, so if he's on stealth, it won't be stealthy. So, yeah. Same with nature. Nature is kind of weak. Now, the only reason I say that is because it's kind of, not used. You know what I mean? All he can do is, make plants. I know he's, a veg, or vegan's, dream. But, that's all he does. Same thing with Travis. All he does is throw flowers. That's pathetic. These guys should team up. Now we're getting on to actual strong elements. First up, we have my boy, Kai. Kai has an A-tier element. Fire is really strong. He can put someone in flames, shoot fire at them. He can even light fires. And that's pretty cool, even though he loses his element like every other season. He lost it in season 4, he lost it in season 5, he lost it in seasons 11, 12, 13. Anyway, next up we have Lloyd, who is probably an A tier with Kai, because his element is not that special. It's just a regular element. It doesn't do anything, it's just green. Next up we have Garmadon, who is an S tier, because he's strong. I don't really have a reason for this, I just think he's strong. So yeah, that's what we have Karloff, who is another C tier, because all he can do is make himself into metal. And I know that gives him kind of an advantage, but what if Jay attacks him? Then he will get shocked, or because metal conducts electricity. That would not be good for Karloff. Next up we have Fallman. I would put it a B because he can technically go invisible, and that's awesome. That's really all I can say, though. Fallman, that's awesome. He can go invisible. That is a perfect power to have. Moro is probably a B. He's not a talented fighter. He can just read minds, which, as we see in tournament, he does defeat Lobo by reading his mind. But what if he was up against someone like Garmadon or Cole? He wouldn't have enough time to think of that. Next up we have Moro, who is... I'm going to give him an A tier, because Wind is really, really strong. He can defeat almost anyone with Wind. And when I say almost anyone, I mean almost anyone. Next up we have... I'll do Jacob, who has the worst element. He definitely has the worst element. Because, he basically is blind, and he becomes unblind. That's all he does. That's all he does. That's all he does. That's all he does in this show. Next up, I have my girlfriend. Skylar, who is easily the most powerful elemental master. But, Rich My Mind said as well, if she's, the only elemental master in existence, she's weak. But she in Ninjago is so strong. Next up, we have my boys, the Time Twins, who I would like to say are A tier. See, they can't transport through time, and they're kind of split up. But if one person had all the powers, it'd be insane. But it does kind of lower the ranks. Poison is another D tier. All she can do is temporarily pass or knock someone out for maybe 5 seconds, and then just doesn't really do much. Water, I'd like to say, is another A tier. It's definitely the weakest of the six main ninja's elements, because all it can do is push you back, and it's not and she can only use it if there's water nearby, which is the dumbest thing in my opinion. She should be able to use water anywhere. Kai can't use fire when fire's around. Neither can Zane, Lloyd, Jay, or Cole. That's kind of a cool burst idea. Next up, we have Camille, Master Form, and I gotta give this a B tier. That is so OP. But, the big problem is we don't see her do it enough, because she only does it in one episode. But that is so OP. She can turn into anyone. Right? I mean, like, that's really strong. Alright, we only have 3 left. Wait, do we only have 3 left? Or, wait, Shade's not even on this list. Okay. Next up, we have Jay, who is another A tier because he's strong. Yeah. Next up, we have Zane, who is another A tier. It's like, Jay and Nia are the weakest elemental masters, in my opinion. Nia's the weakest, then Jay. Or Kai. Jay and Kai are, in my opinion, are kind of tied. Because fire, if you get struck with lightning, it's a little more deadly than fire. Because if you get struck with fire, you can just wash it off. If you have water nearby. And I know this is really controversial. But if you get struck with lightning, you can't really stop it until it wants to stop. And last but not least, we have the most powerful of the Sith's elemental. Or like the Sith's original ninja, Cole. Cole is the only one that can use burst, which makes him really powerful. And also, Cole is also powerful because he's kind of like Karloff, but a little more OP. Because he can create mountains, he has RX. Cole, in my opinion, is the strongest ninja. And the third strongest is Amber. Cole is, in my opinion, is the strongest ninja. Now, I know people are going to get mad at me, but I mean, like, I'm not wrong. Cole is the strongest ninja. And that's all I'll really say. So, yeah, that's this ranking. The least powerful is Jacob, and the most powerful is Skylar. Not including Skylar would be Garmadon. So, yeah, that's all I have to do for this video. So, yeah, make sure to subscribe to the second channel, which you're watching it on. I'm pretty sure, because I'm